Alright, hello and welcome to the stream, everyone. Looks like I need to change the volume just a little bit here. Welcome on into our Age of Wonders 4 stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day, night, wherever it is in your neck of the woods. We are going to kind of jump straight on in. For any who may not know, it's incredibly loud on my side. Also, let me know how the mix is sounding there, if I am legible, or audible over the... legible, of course. Audible over the background music there. Either way, for any who may not be aware, Age of Wonders 4 is, as far as I can describe it, it's very much like a build-your-own fantasy civ civilization game. So, if you've ever played any of the civ games, any of them at all, up to Civ 6, which is their most recent, or you're looking forward to Civ 7, it's very, very similar to that, just with kind of expanded combat. So huge thank you to Paradox. They've granted me Primal Fury here, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick look. I've built us up a kind of nurgly cult faction, and what this DLC is going to be providing is so how they kind of have your factions broken down. Let's see if I can pull up the encyclopedia real quick. Instead of your kind of normal research, you have these tomes of magic here that you'll be looking into, and everyone you select will give you kind of a random selection of these different research paths that are inside here, and each one will kind of augment your forces or your civilization a little in different ways, or give you different units. And these are your different spell books. So as you progress through your research tree, you'll gain new spell books, which will augment your forces. You'll actually be able to change, in some cases, change your race entirely into new forms. Like with your minor transformations, it's usually a small, like you with leaf skin here, you'll just grow a couple of leaves on your skin, but you'll give you a couple of good buffs as well. And there's some others that are kind of like major transformations, which will fully churn you. Or let's see if I can. It's usually in the very late stages there, so you can find one. So it's a major transformation where you fully are going to change the way your faction looks. May that be devil horns or angel wings or something along those lines. So we'll do our best to show off what we can. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any tips, because you are an Age of Wonders expert yourself, feel free to let me know, because I am far from. We'll jump on in here to a new game. And for Primal Fury, I don't know if there's any of these story realms. So there are different, you can have your kind of standard realms, such as if you're doing in Civ, you can set up your maps. Very similar to the same thing. You're setting up where your empires are going to be competing. But I don't think there's any story ones for Primal Fury. There's a challenge realm. Oh, that's no problem. We'll go ahead and jump into the very first of the freed lands of the Manahuri, which is from a different DLC, but that's fine. We'll just not worry about that. How we'll be looking at it for this story realm here. We'll be answering a call from aid from a sorceress of Alpha, who has been missing since the world gates were opened. We'll be investigating the fate of the once powerful Commonwealth in the ancient world that they discovered. So Alpha is apparently one of the oldest worlds within the Astral Sea, which in each one of these little things we can see more and more lore as we go up and mouse on over. But it's the oldest world within the Astral Sea, which is kind of your multiverse here, with a potent convergence of astral flows, or lots of magics. It is the home to the Valley of Wonders in Enioc's court. Through the ages, Alpha has played a pivotal role in events that shape the cosmos. Indeed. So I guess they're mostly good guys. Or at least this is a realm that houses mostly good guys. Since the world gates, those are going to be how we can transfer from world to world, and then the Commonwealth is just another faction. So notable for this map, we'll have a Lost Jungle Realm trait, so there's going to be lots of jungles, and rivers, and less Arctics, well, there's Arctic tiles, desert tiles, and desolate tiles as well. We'll have Birds of Paradise, which will give us avian free cities being common, free cities being very similar to the city-states, again, over like in Civ. We'll have great bird nests, which are things we'll have to clear out, and they're kind of zones on the map that'll pop down, and that'll have roving armies inside of that we'll have to deal with. We'll also have bird units. We have to make up our own units, so lots of birds for our squad. Nurgle is investing this land, and Nurgle's gifts are for all. And lastly here, we'll have the Warden of the Manahuri, which has this realm protected by a powerful progenitor golem. Looks like kind of just a world boss unit with some special skills. It's going to periodically launch attacks on any enemies of the native Razura. Whichever faction this is, we're going to want to stay away from being their enemy until we're ready. Otherwise, we're going to get attacked by this gigantic golem. Which I'm guessing this breach bolt is going to feel all sorts of... No one likes getting hit by lightning. Let's dive on in. We will not be playing on easy, I'll jump it up to normal. I am not nearly good enough. The game is quite challenging already. The AI is very, very aggressive. But you bump it up to hard and you get all sorts of cheats for the enemy as well, and you get drop kicked. And getting drop kicked is no fun.
Your journey
Angel of Light, good to see you. So for the faction we are using, we're going to be using Droth the Blighted as Grandfather's Chosen. Primal Fury, the DLC adds one, or it has a couple of new those tomes there, but one that you get to start with, so I'll show that here. We can see the details of my faction, please. There's a way. You can also see what my lovely daughter has created. We'll ignore them for now. So for Droth the this is incorrect. Where's my new Droth the Blighted? I had changed them up a little bit here. Here's what we'll show you together. So you can come on in and you can see your physical forms that change between the different... You can choose between being birds, you can be dog people, goatmen, all sorts of stuff. You can create just about whatever you want. Moles, toads, all sorts of crazy stuff. We are using humans that I have changed up just a little bit here to being adaptable still, because humans be adaptable. No defensive tactics. We're going to have them have... I can find it again. Hideous Stench, because they are all corrupted by Nurgle. So what this is going to do is it's going to drop resistances by 2. So if you see the different resistance, this is going to reduce kind of anything that is not physical damage, which we'll see here in a moment on combat. Like your daughters. No, we're not going to be the unicorn cats. Not this time. Maybe in the far future, but not this time. And then the other one it is going to do is if anyone's standing next to them, it's going to reduce the chance that they are going to be avoiding a status. So we're going to be trying to poison people and drop as many debuffs as possible. Just very nerdly. We're going to stand in the way and be just a big problem. Also, going to be grabbing... We go for the swamp adaptation because that's what part of this civilization's all about. But I'm going to grab Hardy as Nurgle. It's gonna be a little bit more chunky. They're gonna be able to kind of avoid damage. They don't feel the damage because of all of Grandfather's gifts. They're gonna be adaptable because they're humans. They're gonna be stinky and very healthy. Yeah, so we're gonna continue to fully recreate them, are we? Well, that's lovely. They're gonna be a primal race, which is one of the, or primal cultures rather, which is what you gain through the Primal Fury DLC. Reavers come through another DLC that we'll probably show off in another stream. We're gonna go for the Mire Crocodile because they'll be starting in swamps and they'll have all the goodies associated with being kind of swampy people. So they'll be starting in the swamp, of course. Swamp promises our favored terrain, which apparently gives us Frenzy. Whenever they land an attack, they get stronger. That stacks up to 5 times. We'll get more income in favorite terrain, and also Spirit Temple structures can alter provinces into favorite terrain. So we'll be corrupting areas of swamps. Also, we get to ride on gators. It's going to change depending on which one. At least I thought it did. Either way, we'll just use the Mire Crocodile here. It is also going to give you a little bit of a nature affinity. These affinities up here in the very top are going to change how fast you are gaining points towards whichever civilization that actually is, which empire that is. Well, this is something else we'll have to show off on the map itself. We're going to be lots of nature, a little bit of astral because they are starting to become demons. Yeah, we'll have status and effect immunity, so none of our units are going to be able to be diseased, which is perfect. We'll have swamp walk so we can move through swamps like champions, and we'll have the Mire Crocodiles boom. Every single time you're going to be hitting someone, you're going to be gaining a stack of Rising Fury. Once you hit 5 of those, of course we'll have to mouse across another thing here. We'll gain extra blight damage, so poison, and we'll be inflicting disease. So it's all sorts of disease and poison and all sorts of nonsense. So we're very nerdly and nasty, and we get to ride on these happy crocodiles. Riding on crocodiles seems awesome. It definitely is very Warhammer. Even if they're not very... They wouldn't be very fast, would they? Unless they're in the water. they're quick on land, but not quick enough while carrying someone. So, well, either way, we'll go ahead and select us the Mire Crocodile here. Yes, thank you.
What defines
And I have
their
made them
society?
adept settlers because they are of chaos. So they'll be very good at spreading across the land, and also they are going to be mana addicts because they have started to become addicted to the warp. That's the headcanon I've created here. So these two things, basically mana addicts, is going to make it so that all of their units are going to become mana addicted. So whenever we cast spells, they're going to gain a lifesteal. But if we don't cast spells, they're going to lose morale. So we're going to be forced to kind of cast spells, otherwise we'll be suffering the consequences, which should definitely not bite us at all. We'll have extra racial support units for support, and battle mages are going to have extra rank. And then we're going to start with more units, more battle mage or support mages, whichever one we have for this culture here, on the map itself. Adept settlers just makes it so founding cities cost less Imperium, which is a resource we'll be working with. And then we'll have more population, which is another resource we'll be working with. And we also get to start with expanded governance, we get more city cap. It just lets you spread out quite quickly.
Choose your
We're
first
not going to be
tome.
going with the Tome of Alchemy because I'm trying to make this a primal focused campaign here, so we're going to go for Tome of Roots then. Gives us healing roots, gives us blight blades, we got more poison, and then poison for arrows as well, so poison everywhere. We've also got a lovely vine prison we can summon. There we go. The affinities are the empire, the indication of your strength specializations and your available tomes. You have to have a certain affinity, a number of the affinity to get the higher tier tomes of the certain types. You can see these are the nature ones. These are the ones for order. You've got your shadow affinity. Evocation, which is kind of your magic pure astral affinity. And the horde, which is chaos. Very good at playing very wide. And then the Materium affinity, which is your very tall focused factions. And then your Tome of the Alchemy here, which is one that is coming from the Empires and Ashes DLC, and it's kind of a blend of Materium and nature, which is quite fun. Maybe one we pick up later on, but we're going to start off here with the Tome of Roots. We get plenty of poison. And an herbalist here. Special Province Improvement gives us 5 more food, 5 mana. And then pour per adjacent forest or swamp, which we should be actually generating swamps. This will give us some extra food and mana too. For the armies, will give us more health, and then it counts as a conduit. Good stuff. We'll select that on up.
What is your
We're to be a
role
wizard
as
king.
wizard?
Please keep his form.
Reveal yourself.
Okay, perfect. We don't have to change anything at all. Except for, instead of this Godir sword and shield, which you can see kind of what they do here. They're just different items. I would be giving him a crocodile off the bat. And you know what? He deserves a crocodile, doesn't he? So we're gonna keep him with the Godir. If I was gonna give him the Tyrant sword and shield, which is a different start, just instead of the mount, you get an intimidation aura. At the end of the turn, all adjacent units have a 90% chance of losing morale, which could cause them to just miss their attacks outright or turn around and run away from battle. But we're gonna give him a crocodile. He deserves it. Cuddles the crocodile. Alright, so we've got the Tome of Roots, you're a Wizard King. This all looks good. Everything looks to be how I have set it up. Okay, cool. So glad to see it.
Your journey
And he is going to be
begins.
Drawth the Blighted. We get to change his title to the Pox Lord. So hail, Pox Lord, Drawth the Blighted, Wizard King from Beyond. He is hailing from Grandfather's Chosen, and the throne city is going to be called the Gallows Tree. Let's go ahead and... We're definitely going to create a new copy, because I'm not sure what... Last time I tried to override it, it just didn't work. So we'll create a new copy. And onward. Finally.
Before the Fourth Age, when the final world seal of Athla was opened, the Elven court and Commonwealth put aside their grievances and made a brave stand against the invading wizard kings. In the wars that followed, these heroic alliances crumbled, and entire armies were cast into the depths of the astral sea.
I'll turn it up a bit here so we can hear the narration. Some pretty good art. I see these, we need to get us some flying cannon ships. Hopefully that's just some thunder barges of our own.
The dreadnought Edward Portsmouth and the sorceress Larissa commanded the vanguard of Commonwealth war machines. After they plummeted into the astral sea, they were adrift between worlds. haunted by lurking horrors. Only Larissa's magic, paired with Edward's resourcefulness, protected the castaways from the magical currents. After what felt like an eternity of torment, the drifting remnants of the Commonwealth sensed a shift in the currents and happened upon a realm which appeared out of nowhere. The survivors met its inhabitants, an ancient, knowledgeable people called the Crozura. Negotiations were challenging, but the survivors were allowed to recuperate from their trials.
Then they met the lizard birdmen, and tried to work in with the great plan.
Edward's mind, however,
or
did
not.
not seem to recover. Over time, his resentment towards Wizard Kings grew, and he vowed to free the entire Astral Sea from their curse. He started traveling to other realms to liberate them, leaving devastation in his wake as he condemned and hunted anyone who would support or even tolerate the rule of any Wizard King. Edward's erratic behavior concerned Larissa, his lifelong friend and companion during their journey through the Astral Sea. But amidst the growing conflict between the Crozura and Commonwealth remnants, Edward increasingly ignored Larissa's pleas, and her influence diminished. Thus, it was shortly after Edward's last departure that Larissa saw no choice but to send out a secret call for aid, for a Godia who could end Edward's march of destruction.
Well, I'm not sure if we're the ones to answer. Grandfather comes to assist. Look at it. We've already got the totem set up. Perfect. Alright, a new ruler emerges. Explore your surroundings and expand your domain. Prepare to face your rivals and become the master of this realm. Your choices are going to shape this new age of wonders. We start with the Tome of Roots. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, just giving us kind of the rundown. Glorious. Our starting magics are going to be the Astral Harmony, which we can use inside of battles, and this is going to allow us to heal 15 temporary hit points, and if the Fury of the Mire Crocodile is active, heal twice the amount. I'm here for that. Also have the Healing Roots. Look at Skarmory. Healing Roots, which is another, looks like battle spell, heals 10 temporary hit points and grants regeneration. I'm seeing a bunch of temporary hit points, but no normal health. Regeneration counters poison and cannot be given to units with decaying. Interesting. So if someone's got poison, we can counter it. Sounds good. To Larissa. Overlooking your recent established throne city of the Gallows Tree, you sense the skillful Larissa Mirabilis gently invading your mind through a vision. See, that's not allowed. The police are already on their way. Bless the currents of the Astral Sea. My desperate plea has been answered. Larissa and your name is going to break me. We're just going to call you Larissa. A voice echoes relief. I thank you and your followers, Pox, Lord Droth the Blighted. And nothing about that seems sus, does it? Just look at this face. Super trustworthy. You're putting your own lives in jeopardy for a noble purpose. The Crozura native to this world and the Commonwealth remnants, my former comrades in misfortune, are caught in a relentless war, and neither side will appreciate the appearance of a new faction. My time is scarce. My hideout may no longer be safe. Please meet me in the fertile plains south of the Gallows Tree. The Gallows Tree. It's not going to be fertile for long. We'll gain ourselves a mystery bonus after meeting up with Larissa. As the vision ends, you begin to take in the details of your surroundings. At the sight of lush, tangled flora, the buzz of colorful birds shrieking and squawking as they constantly switch from layer to layer of the verdant thicket, smell of sprayed water, a refreshing echo of distant waterfall. We will turn it all to Pox, the static tension of profound magic inhabiting the land. Sensations of Manuhari's jungle are enticing, overwhelming, and even intrusive. Or they're about to find out. This Larissa takes you for a savior. Reflecting on your decision to venture to Manuhari, you cannot help but smile. Yeah, we're here to do evil. I shall exploit their weakness. We gain a bunch of... What is a storm scale serpent? Statically charged. Is a electric eel on the land. Now we're gonna exploit their weakness. We're evil as all hell. All right, and here we begin. So like I was saying, it's so very similar to Civ, except for you've got kind of these different armies that'll be roving around, and you yourself have different armies that can contain up to, I believe it's 6 units. It's either 5 or 6. But you get your general, and then I'm pretty sure it's 6 units that can follow, but you can also just have 6 units on their own with no hero. You'll be able to recruit more of these as you gain more cities. And you might be able to gain more through different means as well, but it's generally when you gain more cities. Also, apparently in 10 turns. We could increase it now for some Imperium. Fair enough. So kind of moving our way kind of across the top, we've got our knowledge, which is going to be about researching new skills from those tomes. Our Imperium is used for acquiring cities, speeding up empire development, and your negotiations through trade. These Whispering Stones you're going to give to free cities, which are kind of like a Palantir that allows you to influence them over time. It's definitely not evil. We can hold up to 4 cities right now, and then like as we saw the heroes earlier, which is our general here, Droth, which your heroes all have a hero screen, where they have equipment and different things that they can acquire and show off. This is the chunkiest, happiest crocodile. Lucky we can't name you Pet Pet. He's just crocodile mount. No, not today. That's not what we're here for. We also have a helmet, good old hard helmet, a very fancy blade, and a shield that is imbued with soul stones, looks like. Alright, sweet. So we also have your resources. You've got your gold, which is going to be used for units and building city structures. You've got the kind of basic income per turn, and all of your units are going to cost income, and certain buildings will as well. You've got your mana, which is going to be used for casting spells and summoning units, both in combat and outside here on the campaign map. And kind of lastly, we'll have our world map casting points, which are going to be used for casting spells on the world map. These replenish over time, but quite slowly, so it's kind of what you're going to be using to cast spells here. These are usually for the very, very powerful ones. Right, we'll begin by wanting to kind of level up our hero, but just kind of taking out all these armies that are nearby. We'll bring the scout with... So this unit here that you start out with, you always start with an army and a scout, which are better at running around and not great at fighting. They have a bow that they can use to defend themselves, but they're really not fantastic in combat, as you would expect. I'm just going to move it up 1. Crossing the river probably uses a fair bit of movement. And then we'll go ahead and move in to fight these marauders. Gonna take a turn. See, it would if we didn't have this scout with us. So anyone in a certain number of hexes can all be used to join in battle together, so you can stack up to 3 armies, full stacks or not. It lets you bring in 3 groups to battle. So they've got, looks like a gargoyle, flying rocky boy, a plague serpent, which thankfully isn't... We're completely immune to disease, so we counter this poor serpent completely. And then a Grimbeak crow. He's going to make a fantastic headdress. We ourselves have some animists, which can summon primal crocodiles. When summoned on favored terrain, it gains frenzy. Looks like we're here in a swamp, so you guys are about to be uber doomed. We have 2 of those. We have 2 abilities to summon primal crocodiles, a protector and a primal darter. This is kind of your typical melee unit. And it is able to heal as long as it has stacks of Fury of the Crocodile. Our Darter is our ranged unit. It's going to be able to just fire a blowgun, and it has more shots depending on how far it's moved every turn. We'll kind of show this off in combat. And lastly, it's got the disengaging shot, which allows you to fire at a target and jump back 3 hexes, which is pretty good. Onward to combat. The auto-resolve here in this game is actually pretty dang decent, where it's not going to just completely screw over your units. Alright, your gargoyle's getting to move first. And look at these combat maps. They're very well done. At least in my opinion. So you've got your kind of movement squares similar to kind of other games that are of the same vein. My brain's just kind of blanking on it at the moment, but we've got your normal hexes. You can see the little dots on how far. These are your movement points, action points. We'll use them to attack and use abilities. You get 3 per turn. You can use up to 2 of them to move. We'll have morale, which is used for... Let's see if it shows us what happens. When a morale is low, they have a chance of fumbling and just missing an attack, or I think doing less damage. This is the one thing it's not going to show us what it does. Then high morale gives them higher chances to hit critical hits, which do more damage. And then there's your good old health. What else do we have to show? It looks like not a lot. Let's get to it. So we're going to actually move up to defensive positions. We're going to want them to kind of move towards us so we can kind of see how far they can move. A serpent, or plague serpent, doesn't have any kind of range attacks. Neither does the gargoyle or the crow. So we just have to worry about how far they can move. Well, you have to have the Fury of the Crocodile first. Okay, that's interesting. That makes sense. So you can't just summon him immediately. I guess that would be extremely over the top. Oh, we got Big Droth himself on his Crocodile. What abilities do you have? Over channel and just slicing fools. That works for me. How far can this gargoyle go? We'll set up behind our protector here, which will go into guard mode, which gives everyone around him 2 extra defense. We'll set up our set up a couple guys in the guard and to the wall. Bring the scouts this way. Like so. We can set everyone up in defense mode since they both have shields. They'll kind of stack up that shield wall and protect one another. And then everyone else can do their same kind of things. Your mages are going to have a similar style of guard mode, which is going to increase defense and resistance. Pretty much they're pretty sure they're the exact same. Oh, the only difference is this gives your adjacent units 3 resistance and 3 status resistance too, which is your magical resist and your ability to not have debuffs beat you down. Alright, and that's everyone moved. We'll end the turn. Now it's the enemy's turn. Go ahead and move speed combat up just a little bit, that way their turn doesn't take forever. And there is a kind of rock, paper, scissors on the unit types themselves. We are going to be trying to learn that here. I've forgotten. It's been so long. My idea for playing this all came from initially light resistance. Okay, we're gonna go after the crow then. The light resistance you have. We'll go ahead and heal you with spiritual healing. Ooh. Heal. There we go. Get some 3 stacks of Rising Fury. Also go ahead and drop down heals, or we have the healing. Basically, we have heals either way. And I wouldn't mind. We have the mana issues, so let's go ahead and drop in healing roots on our hero here. Oh yes, we have to right click, of course. Yoink! Now everyone's got lifesteal. I should have done that first. So we gotta give them a chop. Have these guys here do the same. If they're kind of toothy axes. Alright, we have a percentage chance to miss there quite badly. But I don't like that this serpent is coming around behind us too. We might get flanked with a couple of those units there. They have a flanking system as well, where our lord here is in a little bit of trouble. This unit comes in behind and they do more damage than too, you'll see. Can do 26 damage. You learn the hard way. We'll move you. You just move up 1 square to fire twice. Perfect. Shoot those blowguns. Give them 2 stacks of Rising Fury. There it is. I'm gonna bring my scout over here. Try to kill. I can only shoot twice. Crocodile scouts. Alright, he doesn't go for the flaw, goes for the flank on our warriors. Oh, fair enough. Those poor boys. Now they fly on through. And they're all in on taking down my warriors here. Oh no, they're blind. What does that do? 50% less accuracy on attacks and cannot retaliate. But we'll just go ahead and heal. Use up the stacks of Fury to heal up. It's a temporary heal, so it's not actually going to be one that remains, but that's alright. I will do that last. Health steal is not temporary. Let's drop this here. Gives everyone life steal. You can see we're using the mana from our overall pool as well as the casting for this entire combat. So you only have a certain number of combat casting, same as your Winds of Magic. We got blight resistance here. Now let's go ahead and flank this group. See if the scouts can take down. Indeed. A whole basilisk here. I need a Sword of Gryffindor. Thankfully. This thing kind of looks like one. Blow darts can go ahead and deal with. They can't fight anything because it's right next to them, so you shoot the blow darts at these crows. Awesome, 8 crows. Learn today. Get the snake poison. And even the old chop. It's gonna retaliate, but hopefully it won't cut all the way through our. Yeah, not at all. Plus we're healing. Sweet, there's another turn. Awesome. Ooh. Didn't get through the temporary hit points, so we're good. And we'll just have our rage user to finish him off then. Start with our scouts, which actually have a fair bit of damage and they have all 3 shots. Fury is on, they do a lot more too. And let's finish him off. That's slow motion. That's the snakes who don't follow Nurgle. And you can retry any battles, watch the replay anytime you want. We're not going to be doing any of that, though. Your units to gain a little bit of veterancy. Glorious. Let me get whatever resources were there as well. I think we jumped right on it immediately, so we don't get to see what it was. We'll keep sending our scout on, but it looks like this is the direction we need to be sending our lord to go meet up with Larissa, so we'll send scout the other direction then. Or not. And then here at home, since we chose the path of evil, we should have plenty of slots to make some mixed troopers. So we'll go for another tracker. Ranged unit, infantry. Then with our 70 remaining gold, we'll go ahead and make a wood carver's workshop. You can build up all sorts of buildings. Like I said, similar to, I'll continue to say this, similar to how you can in Civ. You've got your different buildings that I'm pretty sure they change the overall makeup of the city itself. They might not. There are special buildings that definitely do, though. So these are going to just give us different resources. Library for knowledge. Shrine for mana. Storehouse for food and more growth. This will be the upgrade to the city itself. A vendor for income. And then the wood carvers for draft reduction and food, which is what I tend to start with. We usually go for the wood carvers and then up to the storehouse for growth and food. Because each of your different cities is going to be dealing with different. Let's see, we've got the morale of the city, so you'll have to be keeping up with the city stability. So as it grows, your control is going to drop, or different things happen to it. You get under attack, of course, that people don't tend to like being snatched up in the night by the enemy. Weird how that works. We have now been changed to the evil alignment. We actually want to try to stay neutral as long as possible. I just really like the boost to the draft you get there for becoming evil, where you get lots of extra units right off the bat. Pretty nice bump. It's going to have less relations with all of our free cities, and then random events that are going to be occurring have a 10% chance of being negative. Good to know. Being evil doesn't necessarily pay off. Alright, so we'll send the scouts up this direction. See what's happening to our north. Looks like we have another civilization over here, which is... You guys are very close to us. And then we'll have you... We'll go after this group of little porcupine minions first, and then we'll come up after these crows. We just want to keep leveling up, draw off Primal. Didn't quite gain a level from that first battle, but that's alright. Yes, we'll use 3 different things, and our new research is either going to be Blight Blades, Poison Arrows, or the Vine Prison. Cannot be used in water battles. Let's start by grabbing an item to buff up our troopers. We'll get Light Blades. Yeah, it deals more damage. We have 3 skirmishers, and oh, it's only going to buff up our 1 shield unit, so take it back. Poison Arrows it is. We shall spread Grandfather's gifts. Alright, the other thing we can do, if we so wish, is we can use our Imperium to attract population instantly. So it spends whatever amount that is, and you just get a population point, which you can then use to claim portions of the map, which we'll see next turn. Spirits of the Bog or Encounter Quest. Investigate the apparition. You've led your grandfather's chosen, ardent followers of the Mire Crocodile to a new realm, when something catches your eye. Not far from the gallows tree, a wondrous tree pulsates with invigorating energy. Or something of the sort. Its strangely familiar energy inspires you, even from afar. A faint bellow on the wind calls you to it. Your eyes are fixed on the tree, and you discern a faint apparition of immense power. What could it be? Is it the ancestral spirit of Grandfather's Chosen, the Nurgle himself or herself? Itself? The Mire Crocodile, for whom your people intimately call the Deep Maw. What are we, ogres? Yes, we're ogres. Truly grace this realm. You should visit the Mire Crocodile Den presently. The Deep Maw here, I'll meet up with her right away. Yeah, right here. Fair enough. Alright, warriors. It's gonna become this way instead. Let's make sure they're not interrupting each other's movement. They can all kind of move separately of one another, so. Music is kicked into high gear. We can't reach, so we'll just move to here. Have these warriors step in and talk to them then. There we go. When you arrive at the Mire Crocodile Den, the visage of the crocodile that lured you there has disappeared. Yet you feel an eerie stillness overcome you. Something lies in wait. You examine the enthralling tree and notice that water pools between its roots are flooding the ground. Or that water pools between its roots flooding the ground. Is that proper? Either way, Deep Maw's influence is palpable here. You recall the ancient legends that promise formidable boons to the most ardent torchbearers of the Deep Maw. Claim this territory so that you may build Mire Crocodile temples, which invoke the power of the crocodile and slowly turn your domain into swamps, where your grandfather's chosen thrive. So we'll win the favor by securing 2 crocodile dens and build the temple. They're guaranteed to notice our devotion then. For Nurgle's glory. Let's keep as close as we can. We'll have this 1 unit come jump these crows, and you can see everyone is kind of highlighted there. There's a little bit of an octagon. How many tiles is it exactly? Looks like it's 3 tiles away from wherever you're fighting, then everyone around them will join in. Oh, it's a bunch of crows. Let's get them. We are not afeared of crows in this glorious field. These crows look a little bit weird. What's wrong with them? Oh, they're like holy spirit hawks. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and bring you, who clearly needs some help, in this direction. Try to lure most of those hawks into the same area. Pepper with arrows or spells, what have you. You stay here. How far can you move there? Run alongside. Drop into guard mode real quick. How far can everything else move? Flying creatures can move over obstacles better than ones on the ground, as you'd expect.
Yeah. Yes.
Scouts back this way. Try to lure the enemy towards this little choke point. May not work. We use the healing from here? Nope, sure can't. So let's instead just have you move. Already access on movement. Okay, so just move to about here. And then heal up this unit. There we go. 3 stacks of Rising Fury. We do the same here. Let's do it. It is temporary healing. Those 3 stacks we can use to shave them off later and heal up. How far can you move again? That'll do. Bring it crows. Similar to your Total War, also the enemy will be pretty cagey with you. Until it has a clear shot. It likes to have the first strike. Which, fair enough. Off the Blight, it is moving. We've got plenty of mana, so let's go ahead and come on in here and give the regeneration to our Protector. Give everyone that lifesteal and start clobbering these crows. That's Fury activated, so we should do extra damage. Ooh, a hefty bit, too. Alright, now Draw can finish him off. There it is. How far can these crows move? We probably should have actually blasted them with the magic first and then gone for the melee attacks. Because now our melee units are stuck in place. You'll learn. Let's move up into the wall here. And we'll kind of pull back with our magical units then. Pretty much all be hit. Scouts, you stay there. We just step back 1, we're safe. Step over. Still be hit by those crows, but they have to go all the way through, which would be pretty dangerous for them. We've got to hope they don't do that much damage. Alright, sweet. That is the end of turn then. Okay, yoink. Oh, they get the flank. Respect. Also, they can actually fly through your melee troops. Well, curses. That's alright. Rising Furies, we just go for 1 more heal. We can get... Things are running no problem. I'd like to have some combat-focused spells here. Let's give it to Boss Hog. Do this right. So, missile troops. Move here. We'll have 65% chance to hit. That's fine. Blast those crows. You do the same with your poison. Nice flanking attack there. You can't attack because there's a missile troop right up on you, or a melee troop right up on you, that is. 3 shots, we should be able to finish them with one of these blow darts over here. 25%. There's a chance they'll just come after our blow darts in the back line. Chance we're willing to take. We can still hit them, as all we really need is one hit, so 65%. Roll the dice. Awesome. Never punished. 40%. What happened? Oh, they got blinded. Well, still, might as well. Well done. Champions. Go ahead and waste that retaliation attack on the guys with lots of extra temporary health. That's right. Finish him off with these guys here. Fury makes them do all sorts of damage. Should be able to turn and finish off these crows. Let the crocodile have a snack. Ah, sweet. Nurgle is proud. Here we go. Finally, a level up. We get a Lightbringer. I'm sorry, what? Accuracy is affected by line. So it's a mage. Spirit bolts and convert. 90% chance of making the target non-hero enemy become dominated, which takes over control of them. I mean, that's unsuccessful. They just take damage instead. Well, that's fantastic. Always hits.
Huh?
Sure. Well, you look horrifying. A Lightbringer, huh? Are you sure that's what this is? See a close-up on it? Oh, there's a whole swarm of them. That is a lind of necrotic monster and coatl. Oh, I love Inspiring Killer. Gains double morale bonus to itself and allies when killing enemies. Immune to effects that make you lose control, so it can't be dominated itself. And it's faithful, so unit upkeep is reduced by 10%. Wow. Are you ready to join up with Drawth's army here? We don't really want this tracker. She's coming with us for no reason here. This direction is where you're going. Go explore down here. Or I guess I lied. You're gonna go explore. Looks like there's another crocodile. Go see how easy it'll be to expand our empire. You demon. Join with the main force. We misclicked a force. Oh, that is just the way. So how many can we put in one army? 6 units, like I was thinking previously. We'll have you join up with the blow darts then. Just get them a lot closer together. And with our population, we can gain ourselves a new section of territory. And when doing so, you can select what you're going to build there in that province. So you can either build a farm here, which will give us 7 food, 5 from just the base farm, and then 2 from being next to a river. We can go for the forester, which will give us a bit of production and food, or just the quarry, or all production. I think we'll go for the farm off the bat here. The more food surplus you have, the more growth you have as well. We've got now the temple area as well, so we should be able to build up a temple here. Either way, when annexed, you get 15 extra stability for the entire city, which is glorious for gaining new territory too. So it'll take 2 turns to get another population. We just say attract a population, and now we can do immediately some more expansion. Which we're going to do this direction and grab ourselves another farm here. This one also has some lush fields, which are going to give us 10 additional food. Growth in the gallows tree should be fantastic. Yeah, your food is used to gain new population points. Production is used to build city structures, and draft is used for recruiting units. And if you don't have any units being recruited, you are going to be generating food instead, using 25% of your total draft production, which is pretty awesome. Allows you to be generating things even if you're not recruiting units, which we cannot do because we have no money. Droth leveled up though, and we're going to go ahead and give him Primal Crocodile Communion, because he doesn't actually have any of the buffs that the rest of our race has, which is a little bit interesting, so we'll go ahead and give him this one. Then we'll come on down to Poison Weapons, which, yes, indeedly, gives him a Plague Blade. Hideously Stinky, and Commune with the Crocodiles. I don't think there's any other items we've gained so far, so that's that in terms of what we can do for our heroes. Orders required. Well, that looks completely unguarded. We can send our other scout that way, though. So we'll keep moving up to see what's going on with this empire. Oh, we've met the Peacock people. You don't look evil at all. Enigmatic Helix Hold. Seer Hana Astromancer of the Free City Helix Hold greets you with a sage, vaguely insufferable expression. We can change that with a little bit of just the right pox, the right plague. We can melt that expression right off your face. Salutations, Droth. The feathered stargazers of Helix Hold extend a hopeful wish of mutual neutrality. Our diviners foretold of your presence in these lands. We seek only to further our understanding of the arcane arts and to remain amenable to fostering a mutually beneficial relationship with your mighty empire. If we cannot, we hope that we can at least stay out of each other's way. Oh, so he's a friendly peacock that just wants to... I'm sorry, are those purity seals? This is an Adeptus. He's got purity seals on him. Okay, so does it tell us anything about them? Oh, yes, it does. So the feathered stargazers are sharp-eyed, elusive, light-footed. Friendly units don't block move. That's pretty great. And adaptable. Their culture is mystics. They like mana. Potential. What does potential mean? So combat spells are always overcharged the first time they're cast. Oh, that's awesome. Use spells to exploit arcane inspiration. Is that just the special culture they have? They're ancient wise ones, and they are perfectionist artisans. Oh, here's their whole story. I don't know if I care about it, but if you do. Move past their own troops with ease. Oh, this is the generic one. As I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's just the generic one. Nice try. I wonder if Helix Hold with its sage reputation is worth my time. So they are... Are they neutral aligned? What are they aligned? They're initiates of order. See? We won't worry about that at all. We'll just go ahead and give you a Whispering Stone. Hello there, Helix Hold friends. Look into the Palantir and know I am king. Anyways, these crocodile scouts are hilarious. This is the chunkiest, happiest crocodile there ever was. It's not a plague toad, but it's close. And that'll be our turn. These interns are fantastically short. While you're here, there looks like some gold sitting out in the open. Let's go grab this cache of mana. That is our way to the underground, which could be quite dangerous. Go ahead and form these two armies up. And let's move you over to fight this murderous porcupine. Staying in friendly territory will also allow us to heal a little bit faster as well, so we'll just bring them all the way over to here. Since we've got Swamp Walk, attract more population immediately, or the other thing you can use your Imperium for is this tree here, which allows you to dedicate points based on kind of what your overall alignment is. So we have 5 points into nature, we're getting 10 per turn, or sorry, it says we're getting 5 per, no, it says 5 per turn, but we're getting 10 total, so we'll say, oh, we're 10, 2 per turn. Yeah, of course, we're 2 turns in. Try not to think about it too hard. So we're getting 5 per turn for nature affinity, and you can see this fills up this tree. We'll gain different skills that we can unlock as we go along. They're going to cost more and more Imperium as the skill is more elite. Immediately summon a Spirit Wolf with Guardian Spirit and Resurgence. There's all sorts of cool stuff you can get. We are going to ignore this just for now. And we're going to keep attracting more workforce. We've got 15 stability, so we can go for one more quite easily. I believe you lose 5 per new domain that you annex. So next we're going to go ahead and grab research post down here. Got a mana node. We want anything that just generates us more knowledge. More knowledge means more research and more magic for our upgrading our civilization. We'll just have to clear it out before I think we get any kind of actual goodies for it, but it does pop down that research post on the map, which is still, you'd love to see it. I love you little empire builders. Alright, so we've got good old scout here. Is there anyone on this gold? So you see these red outlines show an area that there are marauding AI. That's the good bit of it. They're kind of just like these armies here, where they're like rebel armies. They're called marauders. But they're similar to your rebels in Total War, where they're aligned to no one, they're at war with everyone, and they will happily chop you in the throat. The ones with the black flags, though, are stationary and will not move out to get you. Inside of these red outlines, there are units with red flags, and they will absolutely pursue. We'll kind of come on in here and grab that and move. Just move along without bothering them too much. There's a wonder down here. This is kind of like a boss or just an encounter, where you clear it, and then you are able to annex that into your city for some cool buffs, or just get something for clearing the wonder itself. We'll move over to the bridge here. Should allow us to attack next turn without using as much movement. Evil presence lingers in these lands. Yeah, we'll deal with it soon. You get a good deal of resources and other things for clearing them. Age of Wonders also has a pretty cool stylized map for when you scroll it out to the tactical level. Alright, that's all we can do for this turn. We'll pass things over. Quick sip of coffee, let's get back to it. Porcupines need stomping. This army will go ahead and show you how the auto-resolve is, where you just... I'm going to disallow them the ability to use our spells, that way we don't use any mana here, and we'll just auto-combat. What do we... Magically dominated. So does that mean they're on our team now? It does. So if you dominate a unit, and then in the battle before they're killed, then you just get them in your squad. Oh, but we have to keep... Oh, okay, so to keep them, you need... Interesting. You'll be able to reopen the screen until your turn ends. After that, units will be gone forever. Cool. We also got a Wand of Inversion. Allows us to flip something over, remove all status effects from the target, to reverse card it, and give us a positive status effect for each -1 removed. That's pretty decent. And very nervily. Let's go ahead and give you a new wand. It gives him a bound to spell for combat too. Got another bit of combat we can get to here. We need to continue moving our main army down south, so we'll send the secondary one, and look at these bird people. Oh, they're martially proud. Where are you going? Camera's over here. He's leaving. He's got Saruman, or almost just a Mordor armor theme here. As your troops approach the band of mercenary guards, they raise the white flag. We were hired by a rich merchant to look after this iron deposit, says the leader of the gang. A night guard explains. What is a night guard? A tier 2 polearm, who is a dark stalwart. Ah, fellow initiative evil. We expected to protect it from roaming scoundrels, not against a full-fledged assault. Please accept our surrender and let us go. We can just turn them around and have them join me. 97 gold's not that much. We have no quarrel with you. Join me, demons. Brutal great axe of cleaving. Sounds far more gangster than our sword and shield combo. Can he still ride? No, he's not able to ride on the gator anymore, so I'm thinking not there, sir. Back on the goat here. We need Cuddles. Cuddles the alligator. A requirement. When we get our next hero, we'll give him this brutal great axe of a cleavification. Night guards with this squad. We can actually send them around probably to clear some more goodies then. Go ahead and grab that gold stash while we can. Stack this bit of mana. See what's going on over here at this forbidden shrine. This hidden temple complex is forgotten by time. Herein, the Archons once worshipped the Allfather, Odin. However, the light that aided the masses in connecting with the divine light has long since been extinguished. The site's once grand halls now attract cultists and sinister entities seeking to awaken and twist its power. Ah. So instead of Odin, we have to deal with Cthulhu. When we annex it, we get some lovely Imperium, probably per turn, plus mana, and a little bit less stability because of the cultists and such. I guess fair enough. Counts as a conduit, gives us knowledge per research post in the city, and adds the Blessed Soul to our Rally of Lieges, which is similar to your Special Recruitment tab or your Mercenary tab over in Total War. This is a shield. Can we see what they look like? I'd love to know what they look like. They're a beacon of hope. Target a unit with low morale and gain them 20. Archon's a smite. This seems highly antithetical to everything we have going on here with Nurgle. Oh yes, we still captured those crows. Let's keep deciding later on the crows. See what else I can build here. So we have no magic we can actually cast on the world map. As far as our next building goes, I'm definitely going to come on in and grab... Oh, the Meyer Crocodile Temple. Hang on now. I'm sorry, start altering terrain to swamp at one province per turn. Well, that's the way then, isn't it? We got plenty of food. Meyer Crocodile Temple. You can rush anything in the game as well with some gold, if be it building or recruitment. Alright, sweet. I'm actually going to go ahead and spend a little bit more for Imperium here to attract even more fresh recruits. Got a gold vein there, which means we are going to gain some lovely gold no matter what. Let's do a forester here. That way we're getting production, food, and gold. And in drops the magical logging carts. If we so wished, we could come on in and grab the Fruitful Integration Nature Empire skill, which is going to allow us to absorb or found new cities at 2 turns faster, and then also give them 1 additional population. So this will be good later on. Not great just yet, though. We've got plenty of magic, so we will indeed keep these crows. And we'll have the crows kind of roll with... Actually, we'll have you roll with Grandfather's Chosen. Then you two kind of roll as a group. We'll grab a couple of these chests of gold and such. A small creature cage. Even better. More recruits. Move along the road here, thinking, oh, I missed the mana. That's what we deserve. Let's keep on moving down towards Larissa. Next turn, we'll be able to pop in the poison arrows and enchant all of our lads, which will also change how their bows and such look, which I think is great. We'll go get cast poison arrows. It's going to cost 90 of our mana and take 1 turn. And And that'll be complete. Gives our physical range attacks 2 additional blight damage. But they will lose 1 physical. They do only 1 extra damage, but gain a 60% chance of inflicting poison. Which gives them 4 damage a turn. That's good to me. Oh, you can stack it. I'm sorry, what? Poison can stack? That's terrifying. Speaking of, we're on... Ooh. You gigantic Thunderbird. Show you a thunderclap. We gain a lesser snow spirit. Sure. Snow spirit, go join up with Papa. Our scouts, which we can probably just set on auto scout before too long. Is there any gold here? No, that's just where we're headed before. Resource node. The shininess was throwing me off for a second. Ooh, hello there, beasties. Hopefully this thing can't come out beyond the realm to get me, otherwise the scout's in trouble. Let's select ourselves a new research then. So we've got kind of your base ones, which everyone has access to. So Enchanted Crow Companion gives our scouts more vision, very fast movement for scouts, or a new unit. I'm here for new units. Our scouts are doing fine. It's just me misclicking them is the problem. There's some mana. Can move them a little ways through. But I want to fight. Make sure we're moving together. The Lover's Spring. This lush location is fed by a magical wellspring that flows directly from the Fey realm. Mystical waters attract all manner of creatures, unaware that they are potential victims to tricks of the fairy folk. Though what a fairy considers mischief can potentially be deadly to others. You're to dance for all eternity. Even the most powerful beings should proceed with a measure of caution. A Bronze Ancient Wonder. Hopefully it's a very low tier. Either bronze, silver, or gold tier, depending on rarity, difficulty, and value. Also a farm. Adds a spring, summer, autumn, and winter fairy to our rally of lieges. Oh, they're very good combat mages of different varieties. Fair enough. Alright, we're ready to cast the spell. Do the thing. Also, our snow spirits also, so icy and magical or poison attacks. Enchant. Oh. Now they have poisonous arrows. How lucky for them. Let's go ahead and try to avoid death to Firebird. Move that way instead. You lads continue to gather some gold. I'm sorry, a mammoth? So here's what we need to do. Dominate the mammoth, and then end the battle with the mammoth on our team. You probably also try to do the same thing here with this this giant bird. Now there's bones and baubles litter the nesting grounds of these gigantic kings and queens of the sky. So you be the king.
Yeah.
Then you shall join me. Oh yes, so the Thunderbird definitely belongs to me. Let's do this. Now that I know you can steal units after combat, absolutely. Yes, birds, bring it on. How far can they use Thunderclap? That looks like it's in a casting ability. Ooh, okay, that's nasty. That is all sorts of nasty. Can we just steal your soul? Nope, they're out of range. Okay, here's what we'll do. Sacrifice our protectors. It is their one job after all. Snow Spirit has a little bit of Freezing Burst, which has, yeah, indeed has ice, physical, and poison damage. Wow. We'll move you to here. If it casts it in this general area, we're going to take a lot of damage regardless. Let's step apart. It can cast lightning a long way. It can pretty much hit whoever it wants with a lightning spell. Let's be real. Let's go ahead and give the heals to our main frontline targets. We're gonna make sure they are the frontline targets. Pretty sure you're standing in a place that's giving you more health, are you not? Yeah, low foliage, so we'll go ahead and set you up to guard mode. We can max out the Crocodile's Fury there. This is a real weird one because of the casting. Go ahead and give the healing over to you. That starts buffing up the Crocodile. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the lightning drop down here. So you chill. Night Guard, you kind of come to this area. Stay in the low foliage. Our flying possession demons come back to... I figure these trees might be foliage, but I guess not. Well, they can't be protected by foliage. That's fine. Slither back a little ways. Turn around so we're not getting flanked. Please and thank you. Probably being a little bit too cautious. Let's see what the Thunderbird actually can do. Just a normal zap, so it's trying to wait for us to get ready to fight for real then. Rising Fury's almost maxed out. Okay, so this is the one we'll go for. Heals. Everyone's got lifesteal. Go ahead and start clobbering then. Yuri. Super chops. You should go ahead and finish off these crows. Not quite. They do have Fury, so next turn we could go ahead and summon the Primal Crocodile, should we need. Let's have the Spheres move up and finish them off. You've already used your heal. That's right, let's move to this position. Oh, where they're still out of range. I have to get way too close. We're just gonna set up here. Snow Spirits don't have a line of sight, so we'll move them this direction to try to flank around. Okay, let's see if we get the Domination. Out of range. We have to get quite close. No, we don't. We'll move to here, and then so we have to get very close for the stealing of their soul. Oh, just one step closer. Get converted. Oh, it didn't work that time. All right, well, let's definitely move up and make sure we're not getting a karate chop then. And keep our soul stealers of Slanesh. We're pinned in place, but hopefully so is the crow. We'll return there. Not like we're still not going to try. Ooh, it pushes you too. That's a cool effect. Leave him alone. retaliate. They're not. Yes, birds know how best how to deal with their flying brethren. Those that have lost their wings are vengeful. So maybe like Pokemon, if we weaken them a bit, we get to capture them easier. Right, now the Great Ball should work. Can't use it for 3 turns. That makes things a little bit weird. You can summon a Crocodile though, and that we absolutely need to do. Not that much bigger than the other ones. How much damage does it do? Diseased. Yeah, let's get it. The plan is to capture the storm bird, but if we can't, we'll give it a magical target. Darters and stuff. We really need 1 damage anyway, or 1 shot anyway. We can do poison blow darts. Insanely good. We'll move up to here and then heal. Heals and goes into guard mode. Alright. You take a step back. And do the regeneration thing. That way we're not losing morale for no reason. The shield wall. One here. May still choose to fire on them. We'll see. Shouldn't have a line of sight on anyone behind these bones, though. He's gonna try to fly away. Ooh, what an interesting decision. Well, can't catch a Pokemon if it faints to poison. That has happened more often than not. That's why we get a shielding Aegis, or Aegis, which is even better than our current shield. Looks very similar, though. 3 defense against non-flanking attacks, and 3 extra resistance. I mean, that's a strict upgrade, we'll take it. I do wish it looked a little different, though. That's fine, I guess. A very small complaint. Alright, so that clears out that infestation too, so no more units will be spawning in there. And we gain some population for our effort. Unless I'd already done so. Let's do... Looks like we're down to just 5 stability, so if we have 1 more, we'll kind of drop down to completely neutral. We want to probably start pushing toward the Lover's Spring here, that we can grab this wonder here before too long. Also, grabbing land before Helix Hold can is not a bad idea. Let's at least make sure we snag this iron deposit, so we'll go ahead and grab... Not a mine. We're getting food either way, we'll put in a mine. Change my mind. Again, the magical roll is self-rolling carts. You'll love to see it. Alright, then for our Imperium, I really don't think we need the fruitful integration. Seafaring allows us to move across the water, but we don't have any, not that much of that in this map. Some maps it's way more useful than others. Casting a combat spell reduces the cost of all other combat spells for 2 turns. This one we need. I'm sorry. Are you pretending to be a motorcycle there, Crocodile? Urgh. Go up here and see exactly what this tree is. Alright, sweet. Back on down to Droth and the turn. If we can stay nearby. Carrion birds. Bit of healing wouldn't hurt either, but we didn't really lose that much health. Just being a little bit cavalier with our light bringers. Yeah, might as well. low-risk battle, I agree. Oh, they've got a combat achievement. Every 2 turns, one of the attacking units has a 90% base chance of suffering and distracted until the end of combat. It counters hyper-awareness. Well, that doesn't sound a lot of fun. We can just steal some of their crows or even their carrion bird to use against them, though, so I'm not too worried. Let's do it. I'm gonna get some... I guess these flowers are what's causing distractions. Alright, in come the crows. The carrion birds are a little bit stronger than normal crows, but they also eat the corpses of their fallen, or your fallen, to heal, which is morbid and very useful. I mean, I don't mind you coming in and trying something. It gives all of your attacks flanking, though, which... How many units can move in? Just 1? That tends to make them a little bit arrogant. Let's bring the Lightbringer round. Get one of the 2 healers, which will pass the heals out to... Target can't be affected, really. What spiritual heal up are these Lightbringers? Easily the most important. How about this side? What if I moved you about here? One more up as my cats throw hands on their tower. You guys good? Now's not the time. We need to unite against the Storm Crows. Okay, so none of them can strike, but they can get close. Shield wall up over here. Archers to their positions, and then we'll give you the spiritual healing. Rising Fury tier 3. Glorious. Oh, we got distracted a bit. Must say this game has an interesting visual style. What do you think of the game so far? It seems to have a strategic depth, but also strong fantasy and story elements. I enjoy it quite a bit. It is very... It seems to be very much geared towards kind of build your own roleplay experience. You're building up your own fantasy race kind of exactly how you want them, and you're sending them out to see how good they are, which I'm here for. Go ahead and do the healing roots on you. Give everyone up that lifesteal. It's one of those games where I don't know if you all are... It's not as exciting, maybe, as Total War or some of the others, or even the likes of, obviously, like Space Marine. But I do enjoy the strategy elements here. Like I said, it just reminds me of a fantasy civilization. I love me some Civilization. Some Poison Blast here. Probably steal the Carrion. Although, is that a good idea? I don't know. Let's see about stealing the secondary one. Because if not, we can just finish them off real quick with a Freezing Blast. Convert. That didn't work. Actually, as I say, we can finish them off. We really can't. Not unless we get real lucky here. Oh, they got poison. That's the way. Poisoned and frozen. Oh. Let's get disruptive. Oh, we don't quite get a flank. I hoped we would. We'll move both of them in then. Move up about here. Do as much damage as possible before everyone else advances. You can see with the little dots how much of your movement is using your actions. Here and start blasting. We only have, I believe, Primal Fury came out as their 3rd kind of minor DLC. So this is just one out of, I think, there's 5 or 6 total right now. Also, how am I getting flanked here? Oh, because we're distracted. That makes sense. We just go ahead and flip the status effects there. Probably lose our attack then. Let's do it. Can't retaliate through our temporary health. All hail the Croc King. Thank you, Leonis. And welcome in. Good to see you. What do you all think about Age of Wonders, though? I did play, I think, a little bit very early on when it initially did release. But it was a much smaller channel there then, so not much. Not many eyes were on it, I guess is the best way to put it. You can try, but this... Hang on now, relax. Calm down. Once you set off our trap card, it's all over. We have to wait 3 more turns, so no Pokemon this time. Ooh, a nice flank. But I have to remember with these flyers. Or at least resistant to blinded, being blinded. There we go. Let's go ahead and do... Ooh, that one got... Not sure what happened to you, but you were very dead now. We'll do Ancestral Harmony. More healing. Go for finishing the battle here. Not sure if we can, we'll see. Get the retaliation on the... We can spread the damage out a little bit. I have not played it, so I don't know. Fair enough. Lightbringers are not really meant to be in combat. Finish this one off real quick. So we're gonna have no choice but disengage. Slaying those carrion birds gives us 90% chance to hit. There's a 90% chance to escape. Huh. If we don't get to escape, hit him with some poison. Neither one of those are fantastic, but can we get a flank on these crows? We can indeed. Ooh, swipes of the blade. Blow darts need to move a little bit closer to get some damage. Disengaging shot, or if we just move one. Can we finish them with the blow darts? Looks like it's about the same. 20 as opposed to 18. I'll show off the disengaging shot. You just shoot him with... Oh, it didn't jump. I got blocked by the rock. It's fine. Go ahead and blast here. Oh, they do get to retaliate. I was hoping they wouldn't. Alright, so they have a 90% chance of hitting us. Guess we'll just turn. And then defense mode up. If their morale breaks, they may just run from combat. Which you didn't have a chance of rounding them up. Only one set of flanks for them. Speed up combat since we're near the end here. Hit him real quick with Poison Blast. Nice flank and then finish him off. You skate on over here, hit him with the Spiritual Bolts. Poison magic to end it. It could have got spicy, but luckily nothing here was very elite. Even though these guys are tier 2, all they do is basically feast on their allies for a little bit of extra health. Alright, a frost shield. Melee attackers take 4 frost damage. Sounds better than what we have here. We don't gain the additional resistance, but taking damages for striking us seems glorious. Our crocodile might not enjoy the cold shield, but you don't get to say. Oh, the silver tongue fruit, an enchanting bloom that upon consumption encourages cooperation in those who indulge in its succulent harvest. Oh, it's the fruit of friendship. Often used as a treat during negotiations to bring about a fruitful outcome for all. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Or for those that spike the enemy's food with it. Close enough to help out here. No, so it's gonna hang out, and we'll take out this army here next turn. Fighting, defense, archery, or poison weapons. Because of course, Frost Shield, poison weapons just stack up all the debuffs. So what are you doing? Another narrative campaign like Cetra's? For too long, I'll definitely have to start one up again, won't I? One of the big reasons we hadn't been was that the replays had been off for so long, but I hadn't actually checked in quite some time. So we'll have to see if the replays are working as intended, so we can do those good narrative campaigns. They also take up a lot of time, so if I'm doing that, we're going to be cutting back on overall Let's Plays going. They take me several days to get each video done, because I want them to be maximum quality. Ooh, hello there. These are little watchtowers that both replenish your movement. At least I'm pretty sure they do. Nope, I was wrong. They blast off a piece of the map so you can see more. Which works out fine for me. These great birds have made a great big friend. A storm spirit. Sure. It's weak to ice damage. You shouldn't have told us that. Right, one more turn before the Mire Crocodilian Temple is on in. And afterwards, we'll probably build up the Clan Lodge. Which will give us 1 additional province, annex range, more gold income, and then special province improvements. It's good to be, we're basically saving Imperium for now. Because what's the second tier of this one do? Arms grant us 5 additional food. Alright then. It'll be a few turns before that's active, so let's come on into the Gallows Tree and see if we can handle the stability. No, we can't. You don't want to go in the negative because it slows down production, as you would expect. So, instead, let's speed this one along and get our Clan Lodge moving. Now we've got the Herbalist. Gives us food, mana, and then per province with forests or swamps gives us even more. Where the armies are going to regenerate health and counts as a conduit. Oh crap, it's a storm elemental. Agreed. A Mire Megalith, 6 food per adjacent swamp province, counts as a conduit. That's kind of our thing we want to drop on the Crocodilian Temple. Maybe we already have that. Either way, the Clan Lodge is going on in now. Could attract more population, but let's not. We need to handle public order from diminishing too far. We can annex another province. Oh no, we have no choice. All right, well we'll do. Any special things up here? Looks like no, this is all normal. In that case, we'll start working towards the Lover's Spring here. This one has an iron deposit anyway, so we can come on in and grab the Forester. We're not going to go for the mine because I just want more production. How's the Gallows Tree looking? Now we're at -5, but we're still neutral. Oh, they have a scale. Okay, cool. So at neutral, as long as we're not below -10, then we're losing 10% to all income, which is not good. That's alright, we can grab this chest of gold. Wind Barrier Ring. This unit has 60% harder to hit by physical ranged and magic attacks. Don't mind if I do. So now he's harder to hit from range, when once you close the gap, it's going to hit you back. You guys should be able to handle that. Some chaplains of the evil bird people. Now we almost lost our Grimbeak. Now it looks like everything else here is a little bit spicier than we have, so we'll probably want to bring them back up to heal after we go to this knowledge stash. A bunch of dusty scrolls and scribbled parchments. Thank goodness it's not the soul-stealing kind. Let's move. How far do we have to be? How close do we have to be to help out? Moved there. Take down these birds. Oh, an occupational hazard. As your troops approach the band of mercenary guards, they raise another white flag. We were hired by a rich merchant to look after these pastures. The leader of a gang, a chaplain, explains. You vastly outnumber the guards. Let them leave the pastures in peace. See, we've got a lot of spirit units that don't seem very akin to our units, so you're going to be leave in peace. We can drop back to neutral alignment. We'll be evil eventually, but we want them to be... We're a cult. We'll be sneaky. Nurgle's influence is not always visible. Let's hit these chaplains next. They choose to fight. We'll give this one to auto-resolve. We steal a chaplain from them, or a zealot. We can use them as exactly that, as a berserker unit. Costs 90. I guess not then. Bird people turn on back around. Alright, glorious. Yeah, you're gonna come on up, grab these dusty scrolls. 2 turns before that, upgrades. We have what in terms of... We really can't drop below. So let's grab all of our scouts and get them moving. Let's head this direction so we're not moving through too dangerous of territory. Ah, you definitely look friendly. Warning shots and readied mage-lock rifles of soldiers clad in razor-sharp armor make it clear that the Valerie of House of Verdos does not welcome your arrival. This stance tells me everything. She is here to tell everyone's manager. Begone, Poxlord Droth the Blighted. The likes of you are a blight. See what you did there. On the Astral Sea. Ever hungry for power, you conquer world after world, enslaving and slaughtering the free people of the realms. This ends now. Champions of the mortal races will rally under the banner of a new commonwealth. With war machines and technology, we will liberate the cosmos from the dominion of sorcery. Let there be war. The invader is you. I will rise to the defense of the innocent, Razura. Yes, we gotta work our influence. That means we're gonna have armies coming down after us, though. So instead of roving, we'll have that secondary one. Keep an eye on what's ahead. Now we're at war with some lads with mage-lock rifles. That sounds fun. See some goodies. Snatch up this. We're just kidding. We're almost getting to a battle with some more birdmen. Man, the bird spears, the holy bird empire is upon us. Now we'll go ahead and end the turn in. Impossible, but we can't run away? Oh, you rascal. An inferno puppy. That's all I needed, apparently. Yeah, we'll see if we can win. Probably not, but we'll try. Scouts are not exactly combat units of any sort. Let's move up to right here. I think the gators would be stronger than blazing doggos, but apparently not. How far can you move? Yeah, quite a ways. Keep being a little bit cagey with them. You can move a long ways. We're gonna take a little bit of a morale penalty then, because no spells were cast. Okay, some spells were cast for her. Turns of regeneration. As soon as they close the gap, it's over, isn't it? Listen, you. Alright, so we're firing those arrows. But we miss. That's our first miss. The worst time, too. Luckily, it's just a scout, so when we lose them, it's not that big a deal. You set the grass on fire. Can we just run from combat? Do you care if I surrender? Do it. Run. Run for your life, Gator. Ouch. Let my people go. Does she... Oh, just get deleted? Okay, fair enough. So you don't want to try to retreat. Having seen the realm and heard more about the ongoing conflict, you reflect on the situation at hand. Commonwealth remnants in the Crozura are walked in a terrible war, that much is clear. Other than that, there are many unknowns. While it seems like the Commonwealth remnants are the obvious aggressors of this conflict, the sudden reappearance of the Crozura and their homeworld raises the question of whether they had been sealed within the Grexolis? Fractured world hidden within the mist of the actual sea. The Archons left a custodian to guard the secrets, which lie... Okay, sure. You're just throwing stuff at me left and right now. You need to stay attentive and form your own opinion. Whether you seek to quench this war or fan it, your actions will define the fate of Manuhari. I will do what it takes one way or another. Yeah, you will. Look at your face. You'll absolutely rip everyone here down to suit your own will. Grab this knowledge. Get some entwined thralls it is, so they got poison needle attacks. These are as skirmisher. So now, Crocodile Primal Communion. Anyone that's not of our current culture unit gets all of the stuff that our culture gets. Let's go ahead and get a combat spell first.
Huh?
All of our spells are based on healing, and that seems a little bit strange, I can't lie. Let's wait for the Clan Lodge to level up before we go for any more units there. Population in one turn does not make me super happy. That's alright, we'll deal. You come on across the river here. We'll stamp out these crows. One auto-resolve. Oh, sweet. And we snatched up their crow. We don't need any more Spirit Hawks, thanks. Dismiss. Still only level 3, are you, buddy? New Empire development skill. Farms grant +5 food sold. Easiest purchase ever. Don't worry, Larissa. We'll get there soon. Scouts. I see another tower up here. That's what we'll head for. Fitness. And as far as you draw, there's a crashed ship over here. Sweet. Not for them, but go ahead and get a tracker to replace the one we lost. Be funny if one of my other custom factions managed to sneak in here with us with Valerie of House of Vernos. Valerie the Rude. Oh, we've got a Pact of Cooperation. Trading is enabled. 2 trade resources are available. Good news. Proceed. We're working towards the Pact of Cooperation. And then eventually you can just vassalize them, so you force them into your empire. Legions now. Let's see what they've got. Astral Dew. 38 mana per turn. I wish we could afford this. We can afford the food. Let's do that. We shall trade food for gold. You shall empower us, fools. We'll grab an Entwine Brawl. Take 1 turn to summon. We'll drop him over here so I'm going to play defense. Get moving. One leveling up here. And see, we might not be able to win this one with the auto, we'll see. No, let's retry that one. I think it was because we turned them off on the ability to use spells. Okay, so this is one where we do want everyone to be trying to hit our general. Those dandelions give people extra armor. That's funny. Turn to be facing straight ahead so we're not getting flanked. It's silly like that. That looks good. Spearmen. If they want to advance with the spears, I'm cool with that too. Go for the heal on. Heal here, we'll heal the other protectors, we'll move them up together. That's one of the things we might be missing to be traveling with this army, is another good defender. We've got lots of mages. Step back. Sure. Although it is nice and jungly outside, most of the battle we've been facing here in kind of temperate forests. You missed, fools. That didn't miss so much. Rising Fury. Oh, they're not going to strike him because of the extra damage they'd be taking. Fair enough. This green cloud about your head concerns me. Immune to poison. Alright, step to here. I see. Okay. We'll have you advance and start fighting these skirmishers, so they're not able to move up and use their attacks on units that they want to use them on. Let's see if we can't hijack the mind of some lucky sunflowers. Those in Twilight. We did a little bit of damage to them, but that's fine. They're on our team now. Snow Spirit advanced here, then start blasting for snow. We can't fire through the trees very well. Interesting. We walk back here, then do it. There we go. Weird how that works. And poison slowed and flanked. Those crows. Go ahead and finish them. this group of archers back a little ways. I think we're gonna get hit by that group of crows, but it's fine. They'll survive. You know, we should have gotten the healing first. Yeah, that's fine. You learn the hard way. We'll go ahead and do the healing now, though, on these archers. I don't trust that we're not going to deal with that anyway. So we'll lose the turn of lifesteal, but we'll at least probably not take as much damage from these archers. Meyer Crocodile Fury activated. Hit his back, I do. I don't know if I saw the 4 ice damage, but it happened. Chop these down. Who's wanting to go for the spell next turn? Nice little saving of halt lid on our mage bringers, or our light bringers. There's an additional version of these guys that I believe is called Mage Hunter. They look almost identical. Some aggressive little crows there. Alright, my turn. This guy has a blight weakness. The trees keep him protected from the poison needles. I will shoot the good old magic bolts at him. I'm gonna miss. Graze him and hit him for 10. I should have finished the crows off first. That did it for me. Use these guys with their little disengaging shot. Finish these crows off. Skadoosh. The old Oxyotl. Morale low. I wonder why. Can we kill them this turn? Looks like the answer is a definite yes. Pretty sure when you flank them, it breaks their ability to retaliate to attacks as well, so we can move on in or just get another flank. Basic golems for the win. No damage there really at all, except for on our light bringers. We're going to decide later on bringing them on in. We definitely need to do a little bit of healing, but let's first meet up with Larissa. Your ruler has leveled up. So you gain first strike. When attacked, unit with first strike will use a retaliation to strike first. I like that a lot. We also now have a signature skill, Blink, Demon Step, Warding Bond, Mass Rejuvenation, or Draining Blade. Well, they also give you an alignment too. I'm sure Blink is just goofy strong. Go Blink, because we want him to be a kind of mix between magic and nature. Or a Nurgle cultist. We can summon an Entwined Thrall. We'll do that here next to Gallows Tree. A branch monster. Oh, what is wrong with your face? It's like a horrible melty sap mess. Well, glad you're on my team. You horrifying monstrosity. We're still at -5. Before I decide to actually expand and get in a lot of trouble for it, what can we do to fix said stability here? Looks like the Spirit Hall isn't it. Ancient Warden, though. That looks like a Wendigo. Oh, it's just a spear guy with a bit of antlers on. let's go ahead and grab the storehouse, not the storehouse, the tavern then for the stability. And then if we finish it immediately, we can afford... the herbalist, which was what I'm going to do. Build this immediately. Oh. No, if I was able to math properly. Not this time. That's okay. That at least fixes up our stability, and we can go ahead and grab that extra square without hurting us too bad here. Is it a little bit annoying? Oh, absolutely. But it's my own fault. Let's go ahead and grab another farm for even more growth. And snag this gold vein, too. Got a tavern for all the demons to drink at. Horrifying things one does as a demon of Nurgle. Oh, you definitely don't look evil. Hello there, vicious Harrington. Duchess or Duchess of the Free City Harrington threatens you. They're fluttering lordlings. They're feudal chosen destroyers, and they are devious watchers. Evil chosen well, we're either going to be on... Oh, they're the ones that are spreading apparently the unholy message of the Emperor. Inspect the insolent Harrington. I'm sorry, we're at war? Alright then. Apparently exploring sometimes is dangerous. As our last Crocodile Scout already has discovered. Stay in friendly territory, please. Thank you kindly. It'll be going here until about 6 p.m. Central, so about 30 minutes more. So thank you all so much for stopping by. This is a campaign we will continue as well, because this is a bit of a story. We'll have the first map here being played as this Nurgle faction, and I've got a Chaos Dwarf one set up as well that I'd like to show off. Plus, the possibilities for what you can create are fairly endless. Alright, Larissa's here. We'll just bring our crocodilian self on over. Is she evil? Guess we'll find out. Meeting the sorceress. Approaching the scene of a large broken land ship. Carefully placed arcane markings lead you to Larissa. Well met, Poxlord Droth. Leaving concealment. What you see here, the sorry remains of the vessel to which I and all the Commonwealth remnants owe our lives. Alas, it was only led to more misery. Yeah, I see your ship didn't do too well. Were you the one flying it? Edward Portsmouth, who apparently is not here on this map. I think there's only 2 civilizations here. We'll see. The leader of our company has provoked war with the Krezura, only to leave the realm soon after. There we go. He left Valerie of House Vernos in charge. Valerie is an honorable person and might be reasoned with, if her loyalty to Edward doesn't betray... Well then, you'll be unfortunate to find out that we are indeed already at war with her. So accept her into our army or install her as a arcane counselor. She's either a hero or a counselor. We'll keep her back as a knowledge provider. She doesn't need to know how evil we actually are. I thank you for coming to my aid, Larissa says. And you notice she is less tense now that she's in safety. Fool. Being adrift within the astral sea, trying to shield our troops from the torment while slowly running out of rations, then witnessing everyone losing their sanity when salvation seemed imminent. I have seen better days in the past, but I will recover. I don't remember asking. I may not seem like I have much to offer in return, but I am a sorceress. How may I best surprise you? We can be delighted to learn more about her sorcery and learn the tome of... We just get a tome unlocked. That gives us more astral affinity. The channeling tower. And the lightning weapons ability. Oh, this is a skill we unlocked for our heroes. Cool. Some extra mana or an extra unit. Now let's go ahead and unlock her tome automatically. Seems great to me. This will also boost up how fast we gain those astral points too, so we're up to 4 here. We're getting there. Unlocks the ability for units to excavate earthen terrain in the underground. Sure. I don't see why that would be a problem ever. Alright, Larissa's on our team. Now we need to kind of turn and worry about our war with both Harrington and the clowns up here in the north. There's a whole bunch more territory for more civs to be around, too. We'll have to see how this plays out. Spawn to a hero's offer to the bird people. They wish to join our faction. Oh, look at you. I thought those were eyes. I was very impressed. Oh, we can't afford any more heroes right now, so we'll just say no to any of that. Production of Gallows Tree. We'll go for... We can only really afford a couple. We're definitely lacking for mana production, so let's go ahead and grab an Herbalist. And that's going to do 2 mana, 2 food for each province with a swampy or forest. Just about all of these. Oh, we can see all the ones that are influencing it. That's a ton of provinces there. It'll be giving us 14 and 19. Losing. Wow. So this is the best one here. There's so many terrain provinces around it, or provincial terrain areas. Either way, we build up an herbalist. Alright, sweet. You lot keep moving up this way. We'll have you all get in a hopefully auto-resolvable fight with these crows here. Just barely. Yes, allow them to use spells and auto-combat. Oh, man. No, I think we can do better than this. Oh, here's a proper jungle. There we go. At the horrifying stinky spores from the vile plume flowers there. I don't know what they're called in real, but I know they're vile plumes based on. So, spirit. And speaking of vile plume, advance up to just far enough with the protector that we can try to draw in that crow. Let's fly out wide here. These. Our horrifying branch creations over here too. Defense mode time. We'll definitely have to use some mana to win this one. Being poisoned that early on is not great. There's shield walling. Let's go ahead and do regeneration here. Just going to counter the poison. We get lifesteal with everyone. We have to shoot through the trees. Gives us a little bit less chance to hit. That's fine. Raised twice. Oh, the last one hit our teammates. I didn't know that was going to happen. Dude. That was less than useful. Except just one of the movements, so we'll kind of come to here and fire the blowgun at them. If they close on us, we can also just disengage real quick. Very nice. Fly to here, and then strike those crows. Did more damage back than we did to them. Poison Needle has a chance of hitting her own. They'll strike them back. They're not going to hit back. So it looks like the lifesteal is still temporary. Keep that in mind. Move here, take the 50% chance to hit. Or just this. Alright, there's a flank. If we lose the tier 1 protector, I'm fine with that. The protector or our crows. Smacks him with his vines. Alright, their crows are gone. We'll go ahead and do the healing roots. Our protectors here. Use them to trigger the retaliation attacks. There we go. No one around behind, that's fine. We can start firing below darts as well. Blight weakness. Foolish plant. Sorry, it stack up poison twice. I'll just fly over here. Does it count as a flank, or does it even get flanked? It's a blind poison plant now. Needles. Throw up one of the beasties. There it is. Oh no, our crows. These are the ones we stole from the one unit too. Our blowguns can just finish all the enemies here for us. They're doing so much damage. Stop shooting friendly. What is wrong with you? Trying their best Skaven. Doing their Skaven impressions. Friendly fire. Yes, yes. Ah, she's uber evil. And we won with not a soul being lost there. Fall back into our own territory. In fact, let's join together. And we can just post up. In fact, let's instead have the crows come around since they can move the farthest. We'll kind of use them also as scouts. Knowledge for me. We'll come on down this way. We've already discovered the evil bird people. Alright, that'll be the turn. Edward's insanity. Larissa comes before you once more to talk about a matter of great importance. Restore peace. She explains not only Manahari should be considered, but also Edward's march of destruction across the Astral Sea. First it hesitates, then it continues. This is not like the Edward I knew. I believe it must be something, that something is affecting him. Or it must be that something's affecting him, hurting him wrathful and blind to reason. Well, it's probably Khorne. Directly before the conflict with the Krasura escalated, Edward was studying some of their artifacts. If I could learn more about their ancient magic. I have found a Krasura researcher, Umaro Boldtavi. Oh, hello there, you. You got poison bolts and a quick stab. Dedicated to the works of the ancient Krasura, he might be willing to cooperate. Let's meet with this Umaro. What a fancy bird you are. Good ascent, Poxlord Droth. I am Umaro Boldtavi, Chief Investigator of the Wing of Lost Wisdom. It is excruciating. Umaro begins with his mournful sing-song. How much knowledge became forgotten to our people during the Everdark, when the stars of the sky beyond no longer shone, which is why the Wing of the Lost Wisdom exists. Cover and rediscover heritage of our ancestors. He likes knowledge more than Lamborghinis. Not long ago, we found a grand structure of the old Krazuran architecture half buried within the Darren Desert. It was warded by spirit guardians, and the Yakura denied our request for battle mages, giving cryptic answers as is her custom. You have not met this ruler yet, Yakura Zendera the Phoenix. Alright then, if you were to meet or defeat the ancestral guardians of the structure we call the Eye of Manuhari, we would be grateful and allow Larissa to partake in our research. Unlocks Crack the Vault, a single-use action which trades 500 mana for 500 knowledge. So all these story events, are they tied to the campaign or do they spawn randomly? These are indeed tied to the campaign. Because we are doing one of these story realms there, so it's going to have its own specialized events and things. Specialized events and their own story, civilization and stuff. So we're not going to run into, I don't think we at least will have a chance to run into any of the ones that I have created or that have just been kind of lurking around in the background. It's all specific factions and things like that. Definitely grab the Surge spell casting. Casting spells makes our other spells cheaper. Quick sold. So this is where we're headed, the High of Manohari over here in the desert. So let's bring our scouts. Let's try to bring our scouts over. We have to be crossing the sea, it looks like. Let's find out for sure. That's for our next bit of production. I guess we can't annex this until we've cleared the Lover's Springs. We should probably turn around and try to get that done when we can. Forester, a farm. Be eating so much food. Is there anything that's worth grabbing up here in the north? There's something here. Nah, nothing useful. I was gonna say we expand, we'll just take a look. Moving on through, we'll have you guys set up in guard mode for now. Actually, take it back. Instead of guard mode, let's see what's up here. Awesome. Bird warriors. Dark, evil bird warriors. Crows, you just come to the edge of our territory and keep a lookout. Same. Then you two. See no reason not to keep leveling. Let's see about taking down these piggies here. A low-risk piggy battle. About here, and then strike with our spearmen. Alright, auto combat. Look at this pig. This is the face of doom. Or not. We captured some crows. Dismiss. I need no more crows. Useless. Alright, our vine prison's done. Summon 5 living vine units that have 10 health and entangle people. Mobilize. Cannot move or use movement abilities. Oh, that's pretty amazing, actually. Next research. Lightning blades. Makes the base melee attacks of enchanted units deal 4 lightning damage. You're basically getting 2 extra lightning for a trade off, or I guess 4 lightning damage, but you're trading off 2 physical. I think not, actually. We're mostly poisoning enemies, so this is great, but it's not what we need. Extra vision for our scouts sounds good. This mammoth over here is calling my name as well. If we can manage to capture the mammoth, then we're in real good shape. So, in terms of units we can summon here at the gallows tree. Yeah, you're a scout. How about you get on your way? Oh, wait a second, you got resummoned. Now that I wasn't expecting. Or was there some kind of event where she just took absolute ton of damage for free? What am I looking at here? Yeah, you got 2 health? Huh. Interesting. Well, I mean, we can still use them to keep an eye on what's happening up here, so there's no reason not to have them. Go ahead and see about getting some of our next tier units here. We've got the Animus that is allowing to the healing, the Poison Blast, and the summoning of the Primal Crocodiles. Or we've got a Primal Charger. It's got a great axe. Alright, we can bring in some more murderous warrior women. One primal charger. We'll probably get a whole bunch more darters too, because all of the goodies we've got with poison there. Buy a skill available. Oh wow, your units regenerate 15 additional hit points per turn in friendly domain. Seems pretty solid to me. You guys defeat this group. Maybe. Hey, they did it. Wonderful stuff. Now come back over here and be smart. Keep an eye out for the Commonwealth. Snag their vengeance. Yeah, so for Droth's army here, what we really need to do is do a bit of replenishment. So let's come back to friendly territory. Yeah, then we could have them go after Lover Spring here. Although it looks like we'll probably end up having to fight these tier 3 units. How many of them, I'm not sure. Good, another watchtower. Head here next turn. Take a quick look at our diplomatic overview. Now, everyone's at war with us. As for, I'm looking for our diplomacy with the free cities. Well, of course, but where do we see that? Maybe we have to come over to Hexhold properly? Helix Hold? Oh, there we go. We have to wait for that first trade agreement to wear out. That we can do. Right now we're making 22 more mana. I'm sorry, I'm trying to grab the scout and get her moving up here towards this hex is yet to be explored. More heroes want to join. You guys wish. They've already half transformed into alligators. Or they're just wearing skin. Which doesn't seem very worshiply. Although if you ask the followers of Urson, they can do the same thing. Alright, next. Boosted up storehouse for speeding up growth. Wizard Tower gives us more vision range. Archer posts in combat. Yes. Go ahead and grab the library and then the storehouse. Let's stay in friendly territory. Now let's go and try to level up a little bit before we hit the Lover Spring. So let's keep clearing out these little roving marauder bandit groups around us. See if our spears survive this battle here. Just a bunch of tier 1 guys, but we'll see. If not, I'll happily fight it. And we stole these dog warriors. A shock unit. Soft feathered darklings. They cost 90, so get dismissed. There we go. Hit this watchtower, see if there's any more goodies we can quickly snatch. Indeed. Some food. If we stick to the roads, we're moving much faster. There we go. And another turn. We at least now know what the unknown ruler looks like. Oh, there you are, Zendara the Phoenix. Yukari of Manuhari. The flurry of colorful wings accompanied with the tweeting songs from 1,000 beaks heralds you to the arrival of Yukara Zendara the Phoenix. Then it is true what the flying eyes descried. and the serpent has shed its tail to grow a second head. Excuse me. Zendara stares at you as if she's attempting to pierce your soul. Oh, apparently souls are a thing. She's trying her best. But let it be known that the Krazura are no helpless foe. The ingenuity and indomitable will of our ancestors lets our spirits soar high and plunge the serpent into the abyss. Flee these lands of our protection, draw off the blinded, and return to the sky beyond. The Krazura will invoke their wrath upon any invaders. They gain a moderate grievance. Explain that the sky beyond knows many creatures, you are not the serpent. We can try to reason with her. So we either get 50% chance. If we fail, we lose some astral affinity for 6 turns. Let's try. Oh, we succeed. So our relations are going to increase by 200. Betrayal and ignorance. She pauses for a moment, indicating a slight courteous movement with her head, but her words remain bitter. What a shameful age to live in, where the ignorant are given the power to challenge the wise. She continues her speech. Our forefathers were the sages of the sky beyond, guides and gatekeepers of its many worlds. The lion himself. The lion, huh? Must be one of the archons, because that's what it's showing us here. One of the different gods who ruled above sought their counsel and in aid against its foes. When the lion fought against the world worms, became the manticore, betraying and stinging her ancestors with its poisonous tail. She speaks full gibberish. Cosmic entities, heavily linked to magic. Alright, interesting. We prevailed through the darkest night, devoid of the light from the sky beyond. Now the serpent has come with thunder and fire, maliciously feigning woe, but whenever it grows a new head, we shall pick it out. The serpent is the Commonwealth remnants. I will aid them in their struggles. I am not the serpent nor one of its heads. I have come to restore peace. Block the Commonwealth remnant collaborator path. Oh, well, I don't care about collaborating with them. They're evil. But so will we. We'll destroy everyone. But quietly. The Deer of the Phoenix ignores your attempts to speak of peace, turning your back on your conversation. It's clear that the Kazura have suffered too much betrayal and aggression from foreigners in the past and the present. Their trust will not be so easily won. There must be someone among their people who will have at least a little bit of willingness to join you or listen to you. You ponder your options as to best how to catch the attention of an influential Krazura who might be reasoned with. Send out the heralds. Lose some Imperium. Deliver some gifts, which blocks production and draft for a long time. Befriend them with our messengers. Interesting. The birds scatter unsettled, spreading wild rumors of their encounter. Yeah, we gotta try to roll some more dice. We've got 60% chances to succeed. Oh no. Well, that's not great. Also, our random bonus is nothing. Wait, now we've got ourselves some crow companions. That might not make the bird people happy. So now we can select our next tome. We've got a Tome of Summoning, which is tier 2 and has a pretty kind of horrifying looking face here. Tome of Scrying. A Watcher. Tome of Revelry. Mayhem. The Construct. Which is, looks like Order and Materium. Cool. Bronze Golems. Tome of the Winds. I wouldn't see winds being Materium. That's interesting. We got Fertility. The Fey Mists. Staves of Mist. Fey Embrace, which is close to being demons, I guess. Without going down the path of chaos, which doesn't actually fit if you're trying to make demons, which are kind of the beings of the warps. They're tied to magic so strongly. A tribunal. Let's come over here and grab the Tome of the Fey Mists. It's either going to be that one or the summoning is also fairly demonic. Astral Keeper, Astral Serpent. A buff spell, and then Arcane Restoration. So this is only things that have magical origin. So it really wouldn't be that useful for us right now. Let's go on back over to the Fey Mists then. Conjure otherworldly mists to protect and strengthen your units. Get a Fey Water Pond. Provinces in this city's domain become misty. Units have universal camouflage and less vision. Every turn during combat, various mist clouds appear. Interesting. And then you get the Fey Blessing, so you get to heal 10 points and gain a stack of Clinging Mist. Oh, that's incredible. We are the Fey Demons of Nurgle.
The mist conceals all. It obscures vision and confuses the senses, as it claims fields and forests. Envelop yourself in this mystery. Breathe in its damp, cold air, and cloak yourself in the fog of the Fey folk. Let it swallow your enemies, and have them discover that there is no hiding in the haze from you.
Because the haze has always been in their mind all along from what we slipped in their water wells. So we can summon a Mistling, inflicting a random status effect. Staves of Mist for all of our support units, which gives us Fey Blessing, another very good healing ability. Or we can transform our race. Allows them to ignore vision penalties from Misty. That's the way then. They're not demons, I guess. They're becoming Fey, corrupted. It all works out. You guys come back into friendly territory. We'll go after this little set of fire puppies here in a moment. You guys continue your journey. Oh, looks like we've got some... Who are you? Oh, is this a scout? A mystic scout. So they get ghosts for their scouts? That's pretty cool. Mystic Projection. Enchanted Crow Companion. So it's going to increase upkeep on our scouts by 2. That's pretty gross. Go ahead and leave that off for now. Our scouts don't necessarily need to see further. They're fine. You need not be greedy. Not be. Really? Can you have them excavate? No, we can here in the underway, so let's head there then. We're nearly out of cash for the moment. Looks like we have enough population though to get ourselves some more land. That's so much food. So much food coming in there. The foresters are giving us a little bit of production. We got 54 total. Alright, well, looks like there's some more gold over here. I don't know if we'll be able to reach it, though. Just trying to figure out what nodes are worth moving out and snatching up. There's more gold up here. Another one of the wonders. let's do a farm in this province. We'll kind of stretch out on either side. Up to 10 population. And we would need 150 Imperium for natural recovery. Rivers count as roads for the purposes of movement for your units, and also coast, river, and underground lake provinces count as extra food. Wow. Very useful. Alright, let's get one more battle in for today's stream, and we'll go ahead and call things there. So we've got ourselves a mammoth to fight with, and they've got oh so lucky. Every 2 turns, all defending units gain rally and fortune. 5 extra morale and 10 more critical chance. Ooh, this will be a fun fight. Let's do it. Because they get some, I thought we were supposed to be the fairy folk, but they're getting the cheat codes too. Look at this mammoth. He's a grumpy boy. Alright, the crows can move quite a ways, so can the mammoth. Alright, fair enough. We'll do heals on our hero. Our Crocodilian Knight. Here, we can blink further too. Let's not. We have a debuff? What is this? Withered. Oh, because we failed. Or a nature affinity thing. Fair enough. Guard code up. Get you guys healed too. We are. Mammoth can hit either one. I don't mind that at all. Has the charge strike. Gains 20 damage per hex traveled up to 3 hexes. Cancel defense mode and removes retaliation attack. Oh boy. Let's keep those things back a little bit then. Move the spears to there, and then the skirmisher's over. Looks like everyone else has been moved, so the darter. I don't trust how far that they can charge. We'll stay here. Oh yeah, critical chance is not great there. Wicked jump too. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get our dark pikeman out of this one. Now we strike first. That's fine. Those birds aren't gonna be able to do enough damage to actually matter. See, now we try to steal the mammoth. 70% chance. Before we do, let's go ahead and drop in healing roots on these pikes. Try to keep them alive. Everyone's got lifesteal now, so 100% chance to convert. 100% chance to hit. There. A bullet on killing these mammoths then. Oh, we can hit 100% chance to smack our hero in the back of the head. I'm gonna take down a few of these guys here. Raised. There we go. Don't think the... I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be able to retaliate if you're gonna get with a freezing burst. Well, again. There we go. Poison. Slowed. Like this mammoth. With some serious damage. Not what we're scared of. I tried to hit K there to to get rid of the UI. Oh, he's a poison encrusted. Here lies Mammoth. Could have said it better myself. Alright, spiders annihilated my crows. They got to snack on that mammoth. That's a whole bunch of eating you guys got up to. Got flanked. Spirit crows should get only one strike there. Yeah, fair enough. Lucky or not, it's not going to save you. We can go for the vines, but I think we just want to keep going for the healing. Let's heals this time. Here with our icy boys. Get a little bit closer and then go for the flanking bolts. If we want to flank here, too. Glorious, we'll go ahead and destroy these poor vultures. Slash down. Kill bloody birds. Rising Fury 3 and 4, we'll go ahead and blast. Just a few guys disengaging shot to finish them. They do get to retaliate. Not like this, though. Magic the birds. Disengaging shot here. Immune to poison. Won't save you. Let me close the gap here on these skirmish beasties. You rock, snow spirits. Oh, how lucky. And you did flank him. Three strikes here might be a little bit spooky. Come on, ice boys, you can survive. Before we do that, might be completely unnecessary. Flank here. Diseased. Double shot here. We should just be able to punch them down once with the icy golems then. Light bringers. Dance, get rid of them, and then find monsters too. There it is. Victory and no-go. And from there, we do want him to kind of come back and do some healing. How close are we to the next level? We are getting there. Withered away we are for 6 turns. I think we'll survive. Alright, and that is going to be all for today's stream. Thank you all so much for stopping on by. We will continue up with this little story campaign either in the next stream or kind of later on this week. We will find out. Or later on next week, that is. So once again, thanks for stopping by. I will see you all next time. Have a fantastic night there, everyone.